So, what's your favorite of the story of your fairy tales that you tell?
My favorite is probably Beauty and the Beast.
Why don't you tell it right now?
I'm drunk.
I'd like to hear you tell it. Our story begins on a winter's day.
You tell it, you know it.
No, I like the way you tell it.
Our story begins on a winter's day. Cold, bright, and solitary. A day like any other for our hero. And as on any other day... Oh, what comes after that? I don't remember. As on any other day... Fuck. Our hero went to the very edge of his isolated estate. To view and ponder the single rose there that grew there in the frost. That's more or less right. He knew little about the terms of his enchantment, except that this rose may be the means? Maybe the means of his redemption. Fuck. Imagine his surprise to find a stranger there, passing so closely to his home. Hidden and silent, he watched as the stranger stooped and tore from its growing place the single rose growing in this frost. The very rose. Don't mouth along with me. Don't mouth along with me, or I'm not going to finish it. As the stranger stooped and tore from its growing place the single rose growing in this frost. The very rose meant to save our hero. Thief! He cried. Vandal! He emerged from his hiding place, and the stranger trembled with terror. For was he not monstrous? Neither man nor beast. Nope, I fucked that up. Neither man nor animal, but a beast, born of magic and malice. Cower, human. For what you have cost me, you must pay dearly. I'm losing my pizza, hold on. The man babbled, begged for his life. Please! I meant it only as a gift for my daughter. I got pizza in my mouth. Please, I meant it only as a gift for my daughter. Please show mercy upon me. That's the line.
A bargain.
What?
Proposed the beast.
Wait, what?
A bargain. Proposed the beast.
A bargain! Proposed the beast! Thank you for knowing my story better than I know it while I'm drunk. A bargain! Proposed the beast? A bargain! Proposed the beast! For what you have cost me, you must pay dearly. For the rose which you have taken, and which cannot be replaced, send me your daughter in return.
Relief.
Relief! Turned once again to terror on the poor man's eyes. As he... Wait, no shit.
But at a roar.
Relief turned once again to terror in the poor man's eyes. But at a roar from the beast, the man fled in terror,
Fleed,
maybe?
yes.
What?
Yes.
Good, I remember my story. The man fled in terror. The rose still clutched in his bleeding hand. I mentioned his bleeding hand before. Okay. You have 3 days, cried the beast. It was an idle threat. His power did not extend beyond these grounds. Fuck. And he knew in his heart the man had been guilty of only ignorance. He expected no girl child in return. And so, he returned to his attic room and took solace in his solitude. Imagine his surprise! 3 days hence, to find a woman approaching his home. No girl, but no child this, but a woman in the sweetest, most tender part of blossoming. He watched as she mounted the mossy stone steps of his home. And when she paused before the portal, the door swung inward at his whim. He took up a silver hand mirror, and in it watched her progress through cobweb-hung halls, past moldering tapestries, up dust-carpeted stairs, until at last, as if drawn by some inexorable power, she arrived outside his attic room. The beast hid himself as best he could within the shadows of his room. And when the girl, what's this for? Okay. Alright. And when the girl arrived outside his attic room, the beast hid himself as best he could inside the shadowy corners. And when she stepped into the room and spied the beast, only the quickening of her breath betrayed her emotions. "I have come to fulfill my father's debt," she said. And the beast, so long removed from the world of proper and improper, so long removed from the world of humanity, said nothing. Until at last the girl, unsure of what sort of meat she was meant to be, began to disrobe. She shed first her heavy winter cloak, dropping it to the ground, followed by her bodice, her chemise, her stockings, until at last she stood before the beast, each inch of her creamy flesh but displayed before him. And the beast at last found his voice. "Your father is a cruel man to send you here. To the fate he must..." Don't mouth along! Don't mouth along! It fucks me up! "To the fate he must have imagined for you. I will not send you back to such a man, but neither will I hold you here. Take what you can find of value in the castle, and make your way in the world as you can." And the girl said nothing, and did not move a muscle, until at last the beast spoke again. "It has been so long since I had a companion. Will you have me?" And the girl said nothing, and a long silence stretched between them. And at last the beast spoke again. Probably. Is that how the story goes? Is that right? More or less? He bade the girl appear before him each night as the sun was setting. And each night for nearly a year she arrived, disrobed, and waited. For what? She was no longer quite certain. Sometimes they would speak with one another, and the beast grew less monstrous in her eyes. One day, when the wheel of the year had once again turned to winter, the girl asked a favor of her master. And the beast... what's the favor? Although the beast and the magic that surrounded him and his castle provided her with everything she needed. Fuck, we're at 11 minutes already. Although the castle and the magic that surrounded the beast provided her with everything she needed, the girl missed her family dearly. And the beast, who had come to love her in their time together, could deny her nothing. And so she left the following morning with a promise to return in 7 days. And the castle, which had been the beast's home for so long, grew suddenly cold and empty without her presence, and he eagerly waited her return. But at the end of 7 days she did not return, and he grew worried. At the end of 8 days she did not return, and he grew angry. At the end of the 9th day when she did not return, first he grew jealous, and then he grew angry. When at last She returned at the end of the 10th day. He did not wait. Oh, I forgot the part where this was their ritual. He did not wait for her to arrive in his attic room and meekly disrobe, but met her on the castle steps and tore her garments from her. And, pressing himself against her, growled, "You will have me." Yes. For this was the beast she'd been waiting for. No simpering pats playing lord and master in man's clothing, but something deeper. Something. Stop making those faces. Something deeper. Something primal. No monster, but a god was he, and she his chosen consort. Stop making those faces. And as the blood of her virginity stained the snow around them, the enchantment changed them both. And when the final spasms of their rutting had passed, they lay together in the snow, furred pelt against furred pelt, utterly content in the now of animal thought. Thank you. The worst fucking version of that story I've ever done.
I disagree. I think tomorrow you should just show that at your storytelling show.
I'm posting this to YouTube right now, fucking now.
Yeah, hook it up on the AV screen and just put it up on the thing behind you.
I think that's probably very entertaining for you and like Dolores and Peggy and a few other people who know the story really well. Not for fucking anybody else. For anybody else, it's just stupid me being drunk. This is a good pizza.